Camp Colton by Amalia DeSardi. As we have collaborated and explored together over the last 4 months, we have exercised a profound value rooted in Camp Colton. We broke away from the individual to understanding the value of honoring and operating as a collective. You all have shared your stories, expertise, experiences, and memories to redefine not what only Camp Colton means to you, but also to students and your community. Therefore, much like our creative process, camp is about the discovery of oneself in relationship to the world, people, ecologies, and the forest. This exploration allows students to have the autonomy to craft their own experience while sharing their discoveries as they gather in community. As a student embarks on the progressive nature of Camp Colton, it's important to recognize the students are leaving behind what is familiar. As they arrive, they are greeted by the staff on the welcoming porch, simply defined by natural elements. The clustering of newly planted trees, soft gravel beneath their feet, and direct views to the San Francisco peaks. Next, they will follow the loosely defined path, grounding them around the campfire for their orientation. Remember, students are entering camp fearful, and we hope by the end they feel empowered. Next, students will move further north on a more defined path, which becomes the spine and the backbone to camp. This elevated platform is grounded by a large porch connecting the 2 new lodges to the existing. The architecture here is simply a backdrop and a metaphorical platform connecting students back to nature. Students will have their first meal here together and will gather any additional camp gear as needed. Next, they will move back along the path and disperse into nature, settling upon their cabin. Students will settle in by making their own bed, unpacking their belongings, and again, with hopes to move from active to passive, fear to empowerment, loud to quiet, and heavy to dissipate. Within the cabin, students will have the opportunity to work together to create their own space. The simple gesture of providing students with a lightweight cushion they can move around their cabin empowers them to create their own. Upon entry, the students are able to hang their wet jackets and muddy boots from their day of excursions. Then they are able to decompress alone in the cabin, curled up in the large bay window if desired. And if they want to, they can also choose to gather on their shared porch nestled between nature. So next, students will have the opportunity to go on their first expedition led by a Camp Colton staff, meeting back at the main lodge before venturing out. For example, they can follow the path toward the learning forest to understand the forest floor as a teaching element, redefining the hierarchy as nature first and humanity second. In the evening, they can gather back at the center of camp for their community meal, sharing their stories, and that is reinforced as they gather around the campfire in the evening. It is about moving from chaos to the time of reflection, sharing of stories, knowledge, memories, and making memories, much like we did over the last 4 months. And as they lie their heads down at night, we hope they feel excited and empowered for the next day to come. As we reflect back on the students' experience of camping, the architecture is proposed to connect students back to nature, moving away from me to we, and through the sharing of knowledge, experiences, and memories. So let's remember camp is the discovery of oneself in relationship to the world, people, ecologies, and the forest. This exploration allows students to have autonomy to craft their own experience while sharing their discoveries as they gather in community. Again, thank you.